Welcome to Yoga and Healing. Welcome everybody at home to our annual Christmas restorative yoga session. Really pleased you could make it today. As always, listen to your body throughout the practice. We are going to be delving into some deep poses and resting there, closing the mind, all Christmas related. So just listen to your body, come back to a child's pose whenever you need, and just take a really nice little bit of time out for yourself for the next 45 minutes. Get lots of cushions handy if you've not already, and maybe some blankets, anything that you've got at home that makes you feel nice and comfortable. Okay, and let's begin. So we're going to start with the sound of our breath. I'd like you to flutter the eyes closed. Start to breathe in and out through our nostrils. The Ujjayi sound of Santa snoring. And this sound of the breath will begin to turn inwards, one of the 8 limbs of yoga, Pratyahara. And Pratyahara is withdrawal of the senses. We're bringing our awareness to the sounds of our breath, maybe the breath of anybody else we're practicing with at home, or any surrounding sounds in our home space. And then we go from the room inwards, just the sound of our own breath. Take a hand gesture now to fill the body with purity. So we have a Christmas star on the tree. Today we're going to create a Christmas lotus just for me and you, of course. So we're going to put the little fingers and the thumbs together, join the wrists, create this lotus flower for yourself. Symbol of purity, symbol of rising through and above obstacles and shining bright. Maybe any little turns or twists this Christmas that have made you question your mind. Just see them as growth and development for your shine. A little quote, no mud, no lotus. So we need to get a little bit muddy to then shine. Maybe you've been on a Christmas walk in the nice fresh air. So that feeling of when you come home all muddy, but then you take your muddy boots off and your cold wet jackets, and you just feel revitalised from all that fresh air you've had. So now let's start to move, and we're going to move through the star and the Brussels sprout. We're going to move with our breath, so uniting the breath and the movement as we mobilise the body. So I'll demonstrate and then we'll join together to create these movements. So I'll just demonstrate one first. If you need to watch 2, then watch 2 and join in when you feel ready and you feel like you know the movement, because I don't want you having to focus on me rather than the breath and the flow of the moves. Okay, so you just watch first, either 1 or 2 rounds, and then we'll get joined together. So we're going to be dropping the chin into the chest, Shilandhara Bandha, allowing the crown to meet the mat. We're going to have the fingertips out to the side of the body for our Brussels sprout pose. We exhale here, and as we inhale, we draw the right arm across the front of the body, sweep it all the way over to the ear and take the same leg as the long arm out to create a star. We then activate the core ever so lightly as we sweep the arm back round slowly and softly to create that Brussels sprout again. Exhaling into the sprout and inhaling as we float open our star shape on the opposing side. Exhaling, sliding back to that Brussels sprout, and inhaling as we open through on the other side. So at Christmas time, we eat Brussels sprouts and put stars on the tree. So exhaling into your Brussels sprout, inhaling through the star shape. Let's come to our Brussels sprout and stay here for 4 cleansing breaths. Again, turning inwards. Brahmara Dristi, our third eye. Okay, lengthen through the vertebrae very softly now, stacking the head on the shoulders. We're going to move through, mobilising our legs. So come on to all fours now. First, we're just going to raise our right leg. Check in with your alignment first. Palms underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. We're going to raise the right leg and mobilise the toes, wiggling those feet, creating space in the toes, our toes that support our sacrum. And then we're going to thread this right leg through. If it needs a little helping hand and support, please give it so. Maybe you want a soft cushion under the back knee as well. So now we've got the knee and the ankle stacked. We're going to inhale as we raise our antlers. These are our antlers. In our Anjayanasana lunge pose. If this is too much, you can keep the fingertips on the floor. Keep your antlers down. So then we're going to flow into Ardha Hanumasana, our half split. So we're stretching back, stretching through the calf and the thigh and softening the buttocks to where serves you. So now we know both poses, we'll start to mobilise. Inhale, open the heart space, open your reindeer's antlers. Ardha, half, and Anjaneyasana, lunge. Exhaling, and it is pretty tricky to balance, so if it's not for you, I'm going to be showing the lower adaptation. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. And our little Christmas sentence. The reindeer flew through the sky, but remembered to stretch their thigh. Amazing. So now stay in your reindeer pose with the fingertips down. We're going to roll over that soft tissue on the kneecap and bend the back leg. So again, this reindeer that's been flying through the sky, they must remember to stretch their inner thigh. So we're going to take the same hand as the bent leg, no, the opposite, sorry, and see if we can reach for the foot. So my right hand is going to see if it can reach for that back left foot. Maybe drawing the heel all the way to the buttocks if you're already warm from anything today. And release. Let's meet back at Balasana, or otherwise known as our Brussels sprout. Any movements here, maybe rocking the head side to side. Just meeting the armpit at either side. Like you're rolling round in that pan of boiling water being cooked for Christmas dinner. Any movement that makes you feel free while you're in that water in the pan, just rolling around. That element of water in our body, changeable energy. Okay, back onto all fours, preparing the left leg for our reindeer that flew through the sky and remembered to stretch their thigh. So raising the left foot up to the sky, wiggle the toes, wiggly wiggly, feel any pops and cracks and releases. Be thankful for them. And again, taking the left leg this time through to meet the middle of the palms. If it needs some assistance, help it along with the outer left hand. Good. Checking on your alignment with the knee and the heel in line as they can be. We're going to open our reindeer's antlers on the inhale. If this isn't for you, keep your antlers to the earth. Exhale back into the Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Inhaling forwards, antlers down or up. Exhaling back. Find your space here. So inhaling forward, when you exhale back, you may be able to take the buttock all the way to the knee if it's something for you. Buttock all the way to the heel, softening past the knee. Or maybe you're going to hover the buttocks slightly over the heel. Whatever serves you. Allow this to be the final one, so exhaling into that half split, inhaling forwards. Again, the reindeer flying through the sky, remembering to stretch that inner thigh, just rolling over that soft tissue on the kneecap. That may mean coming onto your toes and extending the knee a little further back. So maybe you'd like to curl the toes and take, so that we've still got the stacking effect here with this knee and ankle as we roll over the front. Opposite arm, so now the left arm, a little bit more tricky for me here, reaching for the right foot, bringing that heel as close as serves you to your buttock. Maybe gazing past the left shoulder now, and release. Lovely. Take this left leg to meet the right one. So we're now going to come through to a seated position, so softly drawing the buttocks to one side of the heels and bringing the legs crossed in front. So we're going to take some restorative poses, so please have your cushions available. So the first pose, we're going to take shoelace Gokumasana legs with Garudasana arms, the eagle arms. So this is going to, then we're going to move it into our fire log pose. This is going to be, we cuddle by the fire and let our imagination run with desire. So let's cuddle by the fire. So first, I'd like you to draw your right heel as close as you can to your perineum. Pick up your left leg and take it over your right. So from here, just explore taking the buttocks all the way to the earth. Maybe you need a cushion under one of the buttocks. If you can go a little deeper, begin to draw those legs forwards. The knees are stacked. Bearing in mind, we are going to perform something with the hands as well. Beautiful. So take a moment to see how you feel here. Choose any assistance you may want from props. So we're now going to take our Garuda arms. So inhale, open through the heart space. Exhale, the left arm draws under the right. Bend that left arm so the thumb of the left hand touches your nose. And then bring as if you want the thumb of the right nose, the right palm to touch your nose, passing the arms so the palms meet. You're going to inhale as you raise them Garuda arms. Exhale as you take them past your knee. Very deep pose. If you want to cuddle the shoulders instead, then this may be much more available. I'll do that option. So if you are doing the shoulder option, you'd widen the arms. And then as the left draws under the right, you'd bend, preparing for the posture Alex is doing, but take a cuddle and take it across. So we're going to take 2 minutes here. So really rest into this asana. Close the eyes. We cuddle by the fire and let our imagination run with desire. And our imagination runs wild with desire by the fire. Is very connected to the chakra we're cleansing at the moment. we're cleansing our sacral Swadhisthana. Its main element is manifestation. So creating our desires as we work into our hips. So we're ever so gently and slowly going to make our way out of this now. But leave the legs as they are, preparing for fire log pose. Options: we can take a regression in a figure 4. So if you want to take the regression, you're going to draw the right sole of the foot to the earth and keep the left foot across and shuffle the buttocks as close as you can to the heel, maybe lowering the forearms for comfort. If you're taking the full fire log pose, you'll begin to draw this top left leg across and think of a stacking effect like building blocks. We want to have this heel, that's why it's nice to enter it from that Gokumasana, this heel in line with this knee. As you can see, very challenging. So maybe if there's any gap here, you'll close that space with a prop. A common mistake is to draw that bottom heel really close to the buttocks and think you've done really well. Just remember, it's not about where we get with the pose, how low the legs get. It's about this nice alignment to work deep, deep, deep into that Swadhisthana of the hips. And the good way to remember it is its name itself, fire log. 2 logs that you'd put on the fire, they'd be stacked one on top of the other. So if it feels suitable, we'll inhale up to the sky, Angusta Dristi, gaze at the thumbs, and then exhale, soften from the perineum, and then the navel and rib cage. Alex is showing a lovely demonstration here. Again, deep, deep, deep in that second chakra, the Swadhisthana, associated with the element of water. Located just below the navel, it is closely related to our sexuality and emotions. The sacral governs our ability to go with the flow, adapt and let go. It's associated with our creativity, feelings of pleasure and connections with others. So again, this series of poses we've performed with our sentence, we cuddle by the fire and let our imagination run with desire. It's very in keeping with the chakra we are cleansing. So another 30 seconds here. And then ever so slowly, maybe you want a little assistance as you peel that left leg off the right and come to cross-legged. This time in cross-legged, you want your right heel drawing into your perineum. And then assisting your left leg over your right. Make adjustments, just peeling the heel out a little to get the sit bones really grounded to the earth. Think about what you did on the opposing side. Would you like to draw the feet out a little for a wider shoelace Gokumasana legs? Or are they more comfortable closer inwards? No right and wrong, it's your individual posture. Your progression is your journey. Even your regression is your journey. So when we go backwards with a pose, it's lovely to work with how that might have happened. It's not a physical thing all the time. It can be more of a mental thing if a chakra is blocked, or how we're feeling at that moment if we're really rushed. So open through the heart space. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, just floss the right arm under the left. Bend that right arm. Decide if from here you want to flip the palms and gather them round your shoulders, or if you want to take full Garuda arms And bring your right thumb to your third eye this time. And then layer your left to meet. Inhale, widen those arms to the sky. Opening through the chest space. And then dissolving past the knee. Maybe putting props under here to support you. Again, working into these hips. And when our hips and our sacral is balanced, you feel vitality and uninhibited optimism and creativity. Promotes confidence, calmness, helps us learn and grow from our experiences. Working on this chakra can help us to release feelings of bitterness and frustration. So really connecting with our emotions. If anything comes up here, just let it settle with you. Maybe something comes up that you want to let go of. Try and use the out breaths to take it away. Maybe something comes up that you'd like to journal later after the practice. This can happen when we work with our hips. So lengthening through the vertebrae as I guide you into our fire log on this side. So we took the regression, not a regression, just your own progressive nature. A figure 4 where we draw the right sole of the foot to the earth. Or the full fire log asana where we stacked our knee and ankle on either side. Maybe use props. Now for some of you it's quite difficult for me to demonstrate because it's a progressive nature for me to connect with my emotions and work with this asana. And it's nice to see that yoga teachers themselves, we can't do everything. We're on our own journey, we're always learning. But if you feel you can go all the way down, you could use your own hands as a prop, which feels really nice, especially sometimes so you can pick it out your toolbox when you've not got a prop available. So like 1 potato, 2 potato, you could stack one fist on top of the other. So I'll just demonstrate. And rest the crown onto your hands. And 1 potato, 2 potato is very in keeping with those potatoes that we cook on Christmas Day. So if you feel you could go down, inhale, exhale, bring the fist to meet, draw the forearms out, 1 roast potato, 2 roast potato, draw the third eye to those hands. I like Alex using a prop here. Taking another 30 seconds or so. You just want to have knee and the ankle stacked. It can have a tendency to draw back inwards. Now ever so slowly guiding your way out of the asana. Really slowly using your hands to assist you out. Soles of the feet on the floor, you can probably really feel that now. We're going to take a little release, a little restore. Palms behind you, just windmill those legs, take them one way and gaze the other. Inhale, bring them to the centre, exhale, take them the other way and gaze the opposing way. Like the windscreen wipers on the car. When the rain falls. Around Christmas time, always seems to be raining or snowing. Maybe the windscreen wipers are removing ice and they're slow, or maybe they're removing rain and want to take it a little faster. Beautiful. So we're going to come into our next pose. I'd like to show it you first, and then you're aware of the pose. It's the lying angel. So in a moment, we're going to come down onto our navel. just show first, and we're going to take our hands out, palms in line with the shoulders. From there, we're going to bend one leg. The opposite ear will come onto the mat. So my arms are nice and long. I'm going to bend my right leg so my left ear will meet the mat. From there, I'm going to draw this right palm in, bringing it nice and close to my chest to use that as a little support. As I use it as a little support, I'm going to tuck that right sole of the foot behind that left leg to the earth. And this is where I'm going to stay. Or I might want to take this arm back long for a deeper stretch. Or the hand that's behind me, I may be able to flip the palm to the sky and explore taking a hold of my toe. So I'll just show that on this side, then you can see the movement and the position with my foot. Obviously I didn't draw the arm in. Sometimes when you're used to this pose you don't need to, so you could keep the arms long. And rather than drawing it into your buttock, you're opening through that leg to also open the heart space. A real deep let go twist. Okay. Ooh, I'm stuck to the tree. So Alex will perform it as I guide you all into it. So lying on the navel. Christmas is a time for tenderness and letting go. Anything we might be holding on to for the new year. So this pose is just beautiful for that. So he's starting by bringing his left ear onto the mat. So he's going to bend his right knee. He's going to slide the arm inwards, tuck the leg over, keeping his ear on the mat, staying here. There was the adaptation to flip the palm and hold on to the foot, but only if that serves you. I think Alex would like to stay here today. He's going to listen to his body. He's had some niggles and pickles, and that's fine. Listening to our body is the most beautiful thing to do. It shows that we're connecting with our body, our mind, our third eye, our intuition. So staying here now, settling into the pose. Taking 2 minutes here. So as Christmas sentence, the fallen angel rose again and made all the wishes come true. After all, we rise and fall to find our dreams. So whilst in this pose, I want you to visualize your most desired wish. See that wish in all its divine colours. See that wish as reality. Be a part of that wish. See yourself in this wish. Sometimes my connection to gaze at myself in my most desired wish is to imagine a huge cinema screen. Really trying to focus watching yourself in your most desired wish. When we see and watch things in reality on a screen or in our imagination, there's more possibilities of making this come true. And our only limitation on ourselves is our own imagination. So let your imagination flourish, fly and grow here as you let go of anything that may be blocking it in this twist. So we're going to bring it to the opposing side now. So drawing the navel back down ever so slowly. Taking the shoulders in line with the palms. Bringing the opposing ear, so the right ear now to the mat. Bending the left foot. Taking it over. Keeping the ear on the earth, nice and soft and gentle. sentence. The fallen angel rose again and made all the wishes come true. After all, we rise and fall to find our dreams. This fallen angel is a soft, restorative twist, where we can begin to cleanse our internal organs and create space for our desires. Slowly unraveling out of the pose. Just bring the palms to meet one on top of the other and rest your crown onto your palms. And slowly making your way up to a seated position. So the best way would be to bend the knees, draw the heels to the buttocks, and then just soften them over to one side, using your palms to make your way up to seated. So we're now going to take a Christmas present pose, which is going to be a bridge pose. So I'll just demonstrate. We're going to use lots of juicy props. So first we're going to lie on our backs. We're going to draw our heels nice and close to our buttocks. We're going to make space beneath us for a prop as we draw our pelvis up. So I'm just doing the demonstration for now. Bricks and blocks can be really nice here. I'm aware we don't all have those available at home, so a cushion is fine. Popping the cushion on the tailbone, the lower area of the back, maybe 2, 3 cushions, whatever you have at home. Exposing the cosmic energy in the palms to the sky, letting the heart shine open. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, drawing those heels up, repositioning your prop, making sure the knees are into the chest at all times. Maybe you'd like to lengthen out the legs and the arms here. Whatever serves you. So as Alex is showing, drawing those heels into the buttocks. Raising the hips. Taking as many props as suits you. Beautiful. Taking a minute here for yourself. At Anahata, the heart space and centre is shining open. The centre of joy, gratitude, self-love, compassion, forgiveness, acceptance, faith and devotion. Associated with the element of air, forms the bridge between the earth and the eternal, the lower and higher chakras. When balanced, we feel compassion, contentment, emotional balance, empathy, love and a sense of unity and trust. Working on this heart space can provide a sense of peace, harmony, balance and reduce negativity. It increases our capacity to love ourselves and others. So our Christmas sentence: on Christmas Day we felt warmth inside with an open heart filled with gratitude as we opened our presents. On Christmas Day we felt warmth inside with an open heart filled with gratitude as we opened our presents. And not only as we open our presents, but as we give presents or even just give our heart open for a hug or a smile. All of this is giving and receiving. It doesn't have to be physical. Sometimes just to see somebody on this special day is so much more heart-filling and warming than a gift. So remember this Christmas, you don't have much money, doesn't have to be gifts. So we're going to slowly guide our way out of this now. Just removing the props in your own time. And then drawing your knees softly into your chest, cuddling your shins. Just take a few circles in a clockwise direction, pushing any waste from the heart out through the root. And then we're going to come up again. So just soften the feet to the earth. Rock the knees over to one side and use your hands to assist you up to a seated position. So it's not going to be for a minute the next one, it's just a posture to counter pose, opening through the heart space and back bending. I'm going to be taking a forwards fold. And this is our rectangular present. So placing some props just on your hips, just for 8 breaths here. Inhaling as we open the space. Exhale, tilting from the groin, lowering through the waist, rib cage. Don't even consider the rib cage until you feel the navel meet the space. So if that means you're staying here, then this is perfect for you. Finding your individual representation of the asana that serves you and feels nice for you. And the next inhale, just start to lengthen the vertebrae and just take your prop to one side, preparing for Vajrasana, our deer pose. So what I'd like you to do, I'll show you first, then we'll perform it. We're going to be tucking the left heel into the buttock, so sweeping it round. And then we're going to bring our right leg at a right angle to the front of our mat. So a little like we did with one leg in fire log pose, knee and heel stacked. Yeah. The leg that's into our buttock, we can have it soft or we can create a right angle here as well for a deeper adaptation. Trying to see what way would be best to show you that. So can you see you've got a right angle, hips are shooting forward, creating this square shape here. Or if it doesn't serve you and it means you'll wonk it to one side, then bring the heel closer. Okay, got our right foot forward. We're going to be twisting past our right leg, and you'll see now why it's called a deer pose. The deer's chest is open. Inhale, gather the palms. Exhale, past that right leg. Past the right thigh, gazing past the right shoulder. Beautiful. I'd like you to close your eyes here. Our sentence, the deer in the woods galloping around listening to the Christmas sound. The deer in the woods galloping around listening to the Christmas sound. So here we begin to turn inwards with our 5th limb of yoga, pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses. Like we did when we opened the practice. Our awareness is around us with the sounds of the room. And then turning inwards with the sound of our breath. So like the deer galloping around, it's listening to the Christmas sound. Sounds of the air, the trees, maybe laughing, carols singing, and then turns inwards to its own space, galloping around. very slowly coming back to frame that front leg. So we're going to do this on the opposing side now. So we'll just prepare for that. We'll take the hands behind. It's raising that right knee. Sweeping the left to come the place where the right was, and the right to come behind you. Again, heel and knee in line with the front corner of the mat. Back heel to the buttock, maybe keeping it inwards with a closer of an A5 piece of paper from the heel, or maybe at a full right angle if that means your buttocks and sit bones can still be secure to the earth. Inhale, gather the palms, angusta wristi as we gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, draw the palms past that left hand, and that may mean you have lots of props here. You may not be able to draw it all the way past when you want to cradle the thigh or the calf. Gazing past the left shoulder and losing yourself with the surrounding sounds, then turning inwards to your own sounds. The deer in the woods galloping around, listening to the Christmas sound. Another twist where we let go. Let go of any bitterness or fear or worry that could potentially spoil our Christmas and New Year. And there's no point in that happening. Or any doubts, just letting it all go with the out breaths. Sometimes we fear about things we've done. Try never to fear this. Sometimes if we do or say something, we may feel it causes a huge volcano to erupt for somebody else. We have to draw ourselves out of that thought pattern and think of it that whatever it caused to that person was their own journey, their own healing, their own eruption of this volcano to work on themselves. We're just their guide. Everyone is everyone's guide, getting signs and symbols from every direction. We may not like some of them, but we'll later thank them. Coming back to the centre, nice and slowly, and just draw the knees to meet as we prepare for our roast potato pose. So I'll demonstrate. In a moment, I'm going to lie on my back, nice and comfortably. Any bricks or blocks or cushions you've got available, you may want to pop over your head. Yeah? So I'm just going to demonstrate. Option 1 for our roast potato is Apasana pose, so knees to the chest, basically a circle shape. Okay, so if you'd like to take that option, what you'd do is draw the knees inwards, cradle your shins, and really just squeeze them in, working into the internal organs and the digestive tract. If you want to take it a little deeper, what you'd do is draw the forearms really close to the buttocks, literally, so you're kind of outside of your buttocks and thighs is sat on your forearms. You'd then ever so slightly raise your buttocks, flip your palms upwards and catch your buttocks with your palms, then use your forearms as support as you draw your buttocks off the earth. From here, you can draw the knees to the third eye and Jayasana and rest here. This may be the maximum capacity of your body and mind at this present moment. Or you may find it's for you to close off your earlobes, draw your ears and knees to meet, closing any outside sounds here in our full roast potato pose. Maybe even taking the hands over to grab the feet. And I've got this nice cushion that supported my feet. Coming out ever so slowly, drawing the forearms and palms back to where we started to uncurl the spine and vertebrae in a safe, soft way. Okay, let's begin. Alex will show it. He may take a regression, which is absolutely fine. You've seen all the options available. So he's going to really draw, he's going to take the knees to chest pose, lovely. Really wrapping the hands around those shins. Oh, we had the full roast potato pose. Drawing those arms really close, flipping the palms a little slower than that. Staying here, this may be plenty. So taking another minute here as we work into that third eye located behind the centre of the forehead. Anja translates to our centre of command, connects to our higher perspective, where we're able to interpret our dreams, create a personal vision and receive universal wisdom from a higher source. Our third eye chakra is related to intuition, insight, intellect and clarity, and our own ability to dream and imagine. When balanced, you may access a higher state of awareness and the knowledge, guidance and direction of your inner guru. This year, we give ourselves permission to heal and use our intuition, leaving you feeling light and fluffy like the insides of a perfect roast potato. So very gently, if you are in the full roast potato pose, taking your time to use your palms and forearms to softly uncurl the vertebrae, soles of the feet come to the floor. We're just going to take some time in constructive rest, so working the feet to the outsides of the mat and drawing the knees inwards to meet. Let's connect with our breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. And I want you to now allow your exhale to be a longer length of time than your inhale. Try and guide it to the double amount of time. Maybe you want to gaze at one roast potato for the inhale and two roast potatoes for the length of the exhale. Going deeper into that parasympathetic nervous system like we've been taking all the way through the practice, complementing the synthetic, that fight or flight, go, go, go. We then work deep into the Ida nerve channels, female energy, deep into the connective tissue, releasing trauma that may be held in our tissues. They're not. Injuries aren't always a part of the outside physical body. It can be emotional, it can be things from our past, it can hold into our connective tissue. And when we take these postures for 1, 2, 3 or even 5 minutes or up to half an hour, we work deep into that connective tissue, into any tension or trauma that may be inside, engraved in this tissue. We work with the fascia, that candy floss supporting the bones and the muscles around this connective tissue. We work with releasing. So now I'd like you to lengthen your legs out for our final pose of today, Savasana, corpse pose. Maybe taking some blankets to get a little warmer, and maybe you feel okay. Just going to grab my jump. So like you did in the galloping deer and the opening of Santa's breath, just starting to turn inwards and just connect from the outside sounds inwards to your own sound of your own cleansing, purifying breath. In today's practice, we work with this cleansing breath and also some revolves and twists in our angel, in our deer, and heart openers, in our presence. We work with connecting with our intuition, our third eye, and our roast potato, and working into our own manifestation and reaching our desires and letting things flow in our hips without opening cuddle pose and fire log. So working deeply with one of the 5 guidelines, the niyamas, the second limb of yoga, which means purity, cleanliness and clearness. It refers to purity of mind, speech and body. So this Christmas, enjoy yourself, but use your intuition to maintain your clarity and well-being, remembering to be mindful but also not to deny yourself certain pleasures such as a cheeky extra mince pie. Life is all about balance after all. And I want to take you on a little journey. I want you to think back to your favourite ever Christmas present. Soak yourself in the feeling you had the moment you opened it. How old was you? What was around you? Can you take yourself to that moment? What can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? How does the present feel when you touch it? How do you feel? How is this emotion for you? Joyous, happy, enthusiasm, excitement. Know that you can come back to this emotion at any time. This meditation available for you anytime in your mind that can help you transform feelings of fear or sadness to joy and happiness. Happiness is at the tip of our crown and third eye. And as we work with our heart today, realise that sometimes we may shed a tear. This may happen today. But just know it's gratitude when we cry. Tears are releasing. Tears are like the water, the passive energy, the moon that moves the tides, the moon moves the water. So it moves the water in our body as we cry, when we release emotions. That's why the sacral, the hips, its element is water. So yeah, we sometimes shed a tear, but we have yoga to join here on this channel whenever you need. Bending the knees ever so softly. Little micro bend in those knees as you draw the heels closer to the buttocks. Start to wiggle the fingers. Just moving the body with your breath. Lengthen the arms over the head. Roll onto your armpit. Take your knees the same side as the armpit you're rolling onto. And guide yourself up slowly and gently to a nice comfortable seated position. And when we arrive at our comfortable seated position, we're going to draw the palms and fingers to meet and rub our hands in front of the Christmas fire, generating heat within our palms. We're then going to place these palms on our heart. Maybe you want to expose flesh to do so, as you feel the warmth travelling into our heart space. Feel the joy and happiness we have at our fingertips as we fill our heart with warmth. Release those palms, gather the palms and thumbs to meet by the heart space. I bow to you. Namaste. Have the most beautiful Christmas day. From Becky and Alex. Thank you so much for joining us on the mat today.
If you enjoyed it, hit subscribe for many more.
Namaste.